Hello guys, welcome back to another building video. Today we are going to be building a house with the theme colour of light blue. Yes, this is the theme colour of my channel as well, so this is sort of like a channel house, I guess. So I was starting off here just as I normally do with my sort of like rug method on the wall to cover up these other two like rooms, and then I sort of just went in trying to find the colour of the wall because it was very hard to find. But then I decided that I was thinking about what type of floor I should do because I do wooden floors on most of them, but then I thought that it could still be very good with the wooden floors because the wooden floors really do go with everything, I find. And I was thinking about the theme of like aquatic or like different type of theme here. I never really went with a theme, I sort of just went with whatever you guys would call, I guess, this thing. And I basically went and just thought I'm going to try out what I saw on different videos. So we make this like a rug, then a wall trim, then an iconic pillar, then some discs. And I thought this looked pretty good actually from when I was doing it, and I was deciding that I think the colour scheme was going really well. So basically here I was trying to get everything working because I could not get the thickness of all the carpets to be able to work, and basically it was a very hard task for some reason to do. I don't know why. Now I was focusing here on now putting these trims, and I was going to put some Edward wall trims on, but then I put some Taurus wall trims because they had just one little overhang bit, which is really what I was looking for more really. Then the Edward ones had a bit more bigger, and I wanted quite a lot of space because I had an idea for the windows. So basically I had to mess around with the colours a little bit to find the right colour and mess around with where they should go with all thickness, out, in, all that stuff. But then eventually when I got them right, it actually looked really good, so I decided to keep this entirely and pot this basically everywhere other than some parts. Now I accidentally made two of these and I didn't want to delete it, so I decided that I was going to try and put the hard grueling task of making it fit right. Which I think I got it, it's just that the rugs were really bugging out at that point for some reason. I don't know why they were, but it was just really hard really to do all that stuff. Now I was trying to get the right place for this carpet here because I didn't want it to seem like it repeats itself, like blue, white, blue, white, blue, blue, white, blue, blue, white, blue, white, blue, blue, white, blue, like that sort of stuff. So I was trying to get it perfect here because first off I didn't want it inside the wall, and second off I didn't want it repeating itself in that sort of format. And by the way guys, make sure to subscribe. We are so close to 50 subscribers and we can get there. If all of you guys subscribed right now, I'm sure we could definitely get to 50 subscribers. So make sure to hit that button. It's down below. It doesn't cost you guys anything. But anyways, hope you enjoy the video. So we're sort of focusing on here. I was focusing on getting this wall trim right because it just was not in a sense complying, but eventually I did get it working right. I don't know why I thought this was off. It was actually right the first time, but then I went through, did a bunch of stuff, and then it was wrong, so it took me a very long time to be able to do all that. So I was trying to see what the perfect height for these rugs and stuff were because I felt like they were a little bit low down. Then eventually I realised that it would be good because it fit what I wanted. Now I was wanting this to be a grindhouse just like I do from all of my houses, because most of my houses are grinding houses just because I like grinding houses. They look really good in my opinion. So I was wanting to figure out how I should incorporate the grinding part into this, and eventually I actually did figure it out, and I think that I did put it in so it looks really nicely, and it went really well, I think. Now I was trying to get all these iconic like up things all up and ready, so that I could start work on the discs up at the top. Now I wanted to bring them lower quite a lot this time because I thought they could look really good quite low actually, and then I did eventually do that and it looked really good. So I was wanting here to sort of like get a sort of like melted sort of look that made it look like, I would say, like an ice cream melting down onto the house, and I think it went really, really well. Basically, to like sort of sum it up, it went really, really well making this sort of like wall bit, because I think for my first time it did look really good, and I did add some windows later on which really pieced it all together. Now this is where I was going to make the grinding room on this wall like I normally do, just get straight on from where you get in, and I was finding it very hard to actually make this bit because I would love a feature where it would like have a little like symbol, so I could click on that symbol above each like thing, because it would not work for the life of me. So, but eventually I did get it working, and then we got everything into place, and I was thinking about using a like a wall trim bit on the like the bottomest bit up top, I guess, and I eventually went for this like board trim, I think it's called. But yes, I went and used this and put them there, and it looked really good, so then I continued to do it basically, and then I started a new thing I've never actually done on this, where I actually made stuff curved on it, so I curved stuff like the pet beds on it. Now I love these circular pet beds because they look really good really in any sort of like way, so they really worked out here. So I just wanted to do the full sort of thing, and I was going to add more than one piano and more than one stuff this time, and I did, and it turned out really, really good. And I think if I was going to do it again, I would do this like sort of like slanted trick again, because it's not really a trick, but it looked really, really well. And I didn't want to show any of this the blue wall at the back, so that was the only tough part of it. But I think if you had like a different sort of like surface to do it on, it would work even better. No, I was going to have a coffee machine here, but then I realised that this is a pet grinding area where it's going to have sleek pet feeders, which actually work really well. So we put all the litter boxes down so that the pets could go to the toilet here, and then we moved on to the pianos because we needed them, but it didn't look that good with all the stuff, so I had to make sure all the colours were working and everything was sort of like lined up when it came to it. I'm realising while I was doing this voiceover that the baths are not coloured. So I was wanting to do the piano, and I was thinking I could colour it, but then I realised I couldn't. So I decided to use this like little trick that I picked up when I was making my last house video, where I basically used clouds to cover anything I didn't want people to see. So basically that's what I did, and basically made the cloud fit all the bit of it so that it didn't go away with the colour scheme. And it actually turned out really, really well. Now I was thinking about adding like a treadmill or a conveyor belt, but there wasn't really that much space in this entire thing, and later on I just figured out that it would not work at all. So the good thing about this build is, like last build I did have to put a chair in, and I wasn't imagining I should, but then I realised that everything fit really nicely, like the box floor went in perfectly and fitted, so we really had like a wall bit full of just everything that we needed, which really went well because our last build wasn't really able to do that. So that went spectacularly. And guys, I just want to take a moment here to say thank you guys so much for last video. It's done really well. So if you have watched this video and you're watching it, make sure to go check out the other video. It was really good. It was made basically like a white sort of version of this, basically. So that sort of like thing. And it actually went really well. So I would suggest watching that video straight after this one. Now I was wondering here if I wanted to basically pot like something where the door gets pushed forward, but then I realised that it could look quite nice without it because I haven't actually done a house, and I have done multiple houses off camera, but basically I thought that this could look quite nice if I had like multiple circles or a circle sort of entrance to the way. Now, placing on these desks was a trick that I picked up from my last video, which actually makes a really nice like climbing shelf pattern, which works really well in my opinion, and it's quite easy to recolour then, because most of these houses, even the last house, I did trade to my friend, but I recoloured it all to his favourite colours. Now here I was wanting to have a few like more like bigger desks because I felt like it didn't fully latch the wall, but eventually I kept that because I thought that it could like connect into the like circle that was going to connect the room and the sort of hallway sort of bit, which so eventually it came out really well because of me doing that. Now I think if I was gonna add to this build, I would add little items on the shelf because I felt like that would look, make it just look a lot better. But eventually it did look like it had quite a lot of stuff in it, and I didn't want to overfill it because it was meant to look quite minimalist and quite thin to the bare bones. Now guys, I'm going to give you a little sneak peek for the next build video. Now I'm thinking about building a bakery, and I'm thinking about doing different colours. Now if you guys think that we should do a purple bakery, then make sure to like this video. But if you guys think that we should do a yellow bakery, make sure to subscribe, and I'm going to see which has more, if we have more subscribers in this video or more likes in this video, and the winner is going to be the colour of our bakery. this brick up here was being very, very annoying because I couldn't actually figure out how I could get it perfectly placed because it was going over the little like wall shelf things. And I was wanting some good windows here because I was thinking of just covering the entire thing with windows because I thought that would look really good. It ended up looking really, really good actually. I was very glad I did it, and I think I do want to add more windows in my next build because I think the last build I did, we didn't have enough windows, and in this one we had quite a lot of windows, but it sort of fit the theme where it was sort of like big, rich, modern, minimalist house sort of thing. Now I was thinking about adding this icy light, but eventually I didn't add it just because I thought that it was going to be a little bit 2D, but eventually I figured out that it was actually very much 3D and that I couldn't really use it, so I went back to the stuff that I used in the last video, these triangle lights, which are very, very good. But I do wish that in Adopt Me you could like size stuff in certain ways, because I would love to size it just upwards and out a little instead of having multiple going up. So the only problem with I was making this thing was this sort of little bit where I was sort of trying to get this into the right bit. I don't think I got it fully right. I think I got it mostly right. But if that was a lot easier, I think this house would be absolutely easy and amazing to do. So overall this build came out really well, like especially all the walls and stuff, they came out amazing in my opinion. I really enjoy making the interior and I would call it the exterior just because there's no your outside house, but it looks really good on the walls and stuff. I'm very glad that I added sort of the little windows because it really ties all the build together, and I think this is one of my best builds yet. I've built two, and this is definitely the better one in my opinion. If you guys think that this is the better one, make sure to like the video. If you guys think the other one was the better one, make sure to subscribe. And I really hope you guys enjoyed this video because this video took quite a while to record. This was my longest video that I probably made in terms of how long it took compared to some of my other videos. I'm not including my Minecraft videos. I had a video that lasted ages on my Minecraft. Yeah. And by the way guys, I'm not making Minecraft videos right now because I don't really have much content to do on Minecraft. I know that Starsweep has even stopped making really content on Minecraft really. And I think the reasoning is just that there's not much for me to do right now. Being a Minecraft content person, it's very hard unless you're on a really big SMP, so I'm stepping over to Adopt Me, Roblox, that sort of stuff, because there's a lot of content to make on there, which I find a lot easier for me to make on. So I was looking at this dome one, because I've seen it in other people's builds, and it really works well, I find, and it did work well. It went really, really well on these sort of types of how it brought the build a bit more together, because I was looking for some bed or pet bed, but I just couldn't find anything that would fit in it perfectly. Okay, so I was also trying to find like a way to have a nice little bookshelf here, and I was trying to find like a dresser, but then I thought that a little mini bookshelf could work quite well because the Adopt Me books are very small, and I made them even smaller, so it did actually, like, in all senses, it did come together quite well with the bookcase and the book and the little like reading table. Now this is sort of when it sort of finished. I was thinking about adding some plants. Nothing really stood out to me that could look quite good. I had a few bits of plants, but this is sort of like the full build here. We got everything we added. I did recolor this table. I don't know why I forgot to. We added a few plants. We had quite a nice little entrance, I'd say. And I think I was really happy with this build. Went really, really well. Quite easy to build, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one. It's me, Haz. Bye.